Hello, gang. A lot of my stream settings got a tiny bit messed up before I went live. I think I fixed them all, but please let me know if something doesn't look quite right. Give me a minute to get myself situated. Do. Oh. There's that. Okay, good. I've posted. The list is out there. People know I'm live. Music's playing. Everything seems to be okay on my end. Oh, you know what? I bet my microphone's loud. Hopefully that's better. I have not been live since the Fantastic Car got released. So hello, Fantastic Cars out there. It sucks. I don't like it. There's, maybe not a coincidence that I haven't been around a whole lot. I was actually going to be playing in a tournament this Saturday, the DMV Legacy 5K. And then not only did the Fantastic Car come out, and I guess it was like a combination of like Fantastic Car came out, and then like Candelabra got banned instead of a real card from Tron. And I learned that I'm actually that same day I also learned is going to be a bachelor party for a very dear friend of mine. It was supposed to be a surprise, but then he like had to go and plan on doing something else that day, and we had to ruin the surprise. I hope he's watching so he can hear the shame in my voice. Anyway, so look who's back. Thalia is back. There's just a lot of spell heavy decks around right now. In particular, Thalia is quite good against any deck that plans on casting the Fantasticar. White Orchid Phantom, I think, is probably going to be better once Car is gone, but we'll have to see. But there's a lot of reasons to like Thalia right now. If you just assume that like a quarter of the format's going to be trying to cast Fantasticar, and then you include stuff like show and tell, it's actually quite good against Cutter, things like that. And then you cancel out the matchups that like both Thalia and White Orchid both kind of suck against anyway. And it mostly makes sense. We're up to 4 Deafening Silence in the sideboard right now. I remember when I was so close to. I actually think I did have some lists that fully cut it. But again, Fantastic Cards out there. We'll see how much of it we play against today. I'm really not sure what to expect. I have not had any time to play off stream because it's been a hell of a summer for me too. But we'll see what happens. Yes, the Copers are here. Let me know how the audio sounds, XJ. Had to change a bunch of my stream settings reset before I went live. So I kind of had to on the fly throw stuff together, and I think it's okay, but I couldn't really tell. Oh yeah, there's also Reanimator. I am not at all prepared for this. My mic sounds a little bit quieter compared to the music. Okay. All right, I'll turn myself up a touch. Uh Keep this, hope he has to mulligan. Like, he didn't. Yeah, we're cooked. I mean, there's just nothing I do game one against Reanimator. So it is what it is. I literally cut a surgical from my sideboard when putting this together. I guess maybe I could have mulliganed for removal because of Mikey. Because, oh, that's different. That is very different. No, don't therapy me. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Just miss. Just miss. Just miss. Please name swords to plowshares. Thank God. Okay. I mean, I am also probably pretty dead to this, but um this is at least different. Okay. Sure. Attracts an animate dead. Okay. And he gets an Atraxa. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There is a Cabal therapy in there. We can move on. Okay. Okay. Let's bring in these and maybe these. We'll see. This seems like a really bad spot for Skyclave. I think I can cut a planes in this matchup. I probably don't need two formal wares. I'm boarding in a lot of non-creatures. Maybe do something like this, and then I'm looking for potentially 4 more cuts, but I don't necessarily need to keep in all of the disruptor flutes. Um, I could just not have any flutes. I guess flute's probably better than swarm at least. It's also not really a matchup where you get a whole lot of value out of Aether Vial, so I think I'm fine doing like this. I have Thoughtseize and Sash and 3 removal spells plus Karakas. I can't really ask for much better than this other than, like, the Fairy or Surgical in my hand, right? I guess Deafening Silence maybe, but, like, this seems like a pretty robust hand for not having... Oh, is that a thing? I've never seen it in play. I didn't know it does that. Um, so this hand needs to draw some sort of fast mana to really, like, destroy me. Um, I'm either taking Thoughtseize or Reanimate here. Thoughtseize is the greedier take because it just guarantees that I get my sash into play next turn. Um, but if he just draws a Lotus Petal or a Dark Ritual and gets to Therapy, attracts a Reanimate, then like it looks pretty bad. So I think I probably have to take the Reanimate. Um, yeah, I guess that is also a possibility because the spoils of the vault could fill that in. Uh, I guess in that respect, if he draws a Dark Ritual, it's really bad. It maybe the Dark Ritual is bad enough for me that I just take the Thoughtseize because it's the most castable card next turn. I think it is risky, but thinking about it, like all of my plans fall apart to a Dark Ritual regardless of which card I take. So I think I actually want to take the Thoughtseize. And he's going to spoils for. Could be Unmask here. Unmask would guarantee. It was Unmask and he's at 1. Okay. Get that one for free. Thank you, Caracas. See, never should have taken the reanimate. It was never going to do anything anyway. Um, yeah. All right. Can you mulligan like reanimator decks are supposed to? Give me a shot. Well, not keeping this one. On the play, maybe. On the draw, no. I guess. We'll see how it goes. Very little faith in this, but you know, we just don't have a lot in our sideboard for this matchup. It's a very interesting unmask. Wow, we didn't draw a card this turn. That's cool. Spoils, kill yourself again? Not quite. What did he name? He named reanimate. Okay. Well, he can't cast reanimate again. Okay. Oh my god. Stop. Okay, we get to see what's going on over there. The worst case scenario is we take the reanimate, but now we get to take the Chain of Smog instead. Yeah, cool. Oh god, I forgot to clear this. Do. There we go. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, got lethal. Okay, he can cast Wither Bloom Apprentice, but then I just flicker it. Yeah, cool. All right, well, that felt undeserved, but I'll take it. Oh, we got a Yorion Mirror. I will keep my Aether Vial in the Yorion Mirror. Okay, it is not that kind of Yorion Mirror. Well, let's go for Thalia Overlord. Casting a Beanstalk. Yeah, all right. I will cast this Thalia before your Beanstalk is in play. There we go. Okay, let's not brick on lands for forever. I would prefer not to do that. I just milled 3 lands. Cool. Can we find a Witch Enchanter or something? Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Okay. It's another Beanstalk. Sure. Okay. Cool. Resolve, please? Cool. Let's get another land drop. And then we'll also get something else. Um... I'm just gonna get another one, actually. If I don't draw the lands, I'll just use them to blow up. Or if I draw lands, I'll just use them to blow up the beanstalks. I think the only other card I'm like kind of interested in is the Scarab Swarm, but I'd rather have that around for when we've like actually exhausted all of our resources. I wonder if they're going for a consign on the Riddler. Do they have another plow for the Thalia? Okay. I think I want to bolt in a Witch Enchainer to cast the other one to kill the Beanstalk. And then I threaten to kill the second one with the Thalia. I think I just want to get, yeah, with two in play, I think I'm supposed to just try and get rid of as many as possible. And maybe I get to kill both, but I'm not planning on that being what happens here. Crazy. I did not expect to get this far. Are they going to consign my Thalia trigger? Is that what's happening? Because if so, that's fine. I mean, I would prefer it not happen, but I can live with that. Yeah, okay. Ice Till. Interesting. Probably gonna Solitude this after they do this. Yeah. Keep them from getting the second land drop out of that. And now I have I think if I go to combat and they crack this Flooded Strand, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna flute Swords to Plowshares. But let's see if they do that. They don't. Okay. Now I'll take Scarab Swarm because they're just so low. I could flute plow now. I think if they had it, they would have used it on my Thalia though. So I feel like it's more likely to be a sanctuary. Okay. What do they put on top? They are putting plow on top with sanctuary. Okay. Um I think this is as good a time as any to flute to get something out of flute. This is a hard matchup to really get much value out of it. Okay. Um sure. Okay. So they are an Uro deck also. No land drop. Interesting. Plow on the Thalia. Okay. So swarming them only gets me 2 tokens. They have 2 lands. It gets rid of the Uro, so maybe that's enough. They would be presenting lethal again, at least. I swarm them, I get rid of the Uro, make 3 tokens. I attack them into 5. They'd have to, yeah. Okay. I think I'm supposed to swarm. I'm supposed to swarm them. And if it gets forced, it's a bummer, but I can live with it. I can overlord it back next turn on the same turn that I'm gonna also be I can also meteor sword, so the exiled. Um the exiled, okay, that was another Lorien revealed. Is that like 3 or is it just 2 that they've shown me? They've shown 2 Lorien revealed, okay. And one of these quantum riddlers is warped. Okay. 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 Okay, how do we want to play this? We can pick up the Scarab Swarm and just try to kill them. We could also pick up the Witch Enchanter to blow up the Leyline Binding, which is a little bit more stable of a plan, but also might just be giving them too much time. Not really sure. Maybe they have it consigned to memory, and I don't even have to make that decision. Okay. Is that the third consign? One, two, three. Yeah, okay. All right, here is that Quantum Riddler. It's a lot of cards that they drew. Is that the third beanstalk? Um, but I feel like they're like might legitimately be running out of creatures in their deck that can even kill me. Um, it's possible that um I have a potential line here to wisp the over like a surveil into a white card, wisp the overlord to pick up solitude the quantum riddler. Okay, they have a Tameo also, but I still haven't used my Yorion. It's crazy how much game has happened for this only being turn 8. Um, I think I'm supposed to keep this. Don't say that, JR. Don't say that. Um, yeah, we'll do this. Witch Enchanter, Scarab Swarm. Notably, we've milled both of our formal wares. I'm gonna get Scarab Swarm. I think I'm supposed to just try and kill them. Got a brainstorm over there. Never heard of it. Okay. Are they enduranceing themselves? This is a weird step for this to be happening. Yeah, endurance yourself. Sure, fine. Okay, there you go. They missed an opportunity for one extra card there, actually. They could have cracked the clue. Or no, no, never mind. That's not how that works. They could have cracked the clue with their brainstorm on the stack, but the brainstorm draws the extra card either way, so it doesn't actually matter. It only matters if that spell on the stack is one that does not itself draw a card. Sure. Whatever. Come on. This is the most annoying thing about these bean stacks is when they just like have it every single time. I'm just gonna make them spend their clock killing me at this point. Okay. They have so many creatures. Jeez. All right, I'll get rid of the Tameo. Oh my god. Cast a Force of Will 5 turns in a row. Please stop. Please. It only just occurred to me that they picked up a Force of Will with Tameo. I'm still going to be upset about it, though. Should be, yep, 18 should be at 1. Cool. Oh my god, come on. Okay. They have a shit ton of creatures, so we're bringing in some erodes. That's probably it, though. Like, I just need to play a game where they don't force of will literally every relevant card that I play. Um, but I don't think I want to cut anything. I could trim the formal wear, but I don't really like any of my options. Disruptor Fleet's just really hard to use in a matchup like this, where at most times there's like 6 different cards you don't want them to have. It's not like you can just like flute one thing in particular and meaningfully protect yourself. I'll keep it. Okay. Do not force my vial this time. Oh my god. They had 2 forces. Chat, I'm going crazy. They cannot have force of will this often. I would love to keep a Thoughtseize. For real though. Gonna okay. Thought they were gonna brainstorm me. Interesting. I'll take the sword splashers. Interesting. Kind of exposing themselves to a wasteland here, potentially. I guess it doesn't matter because they don't even have a white card in their hand, but what cards do you think they have? I mean, they could have put. They can only. They only have to have one of those cards. Um. Oh baby, that was such a good draw. I think I want to Meteor Sword the Tundra in their upkeep. Does that make sense? Just doing it in their upkeep so that if they kept the Force of Vigor, they can't use it on the sword. Let's try it. Okay. Oh. So, if this is them casting an endurance in combat, okay. I think I just. Hmm, I'll go to combat. No? Okay. Maybe they're consigning this, I guess. Hmm. Sure. I don't care about that at all. Sure. Okay. They have a Knight of Autumn in their deck? That's crazy. No way. I think I'm fine just blocking with this now. I guess I shouldn't do that yet. Maybe next turn. Just pick up Yori on here. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now this game's over. And now they have to win their third game 3 times faster than they won their first. Thalia might be good, might be bad. This isn't a bad hand to have 4 lands. This is pretty borderline. I don't think it's very good, but I don't think it's worth mulliganing, which is always a tough place to be. Yeah, of course. Draw Plow, Crocus, please. That's a really good card to have, so I'm not too disappointed by that, even though it's not what I was hoping to draw. Gross. All right, definitely opening on Thalia here. Yes, I do want that. Maybe I was supposed to hide the Caracas here. Not sure. Yeah, because I guess next turn I was not. Next turn. Yeah. I think I should have hit the Caracas. Looks like it's okay because my opponent maybe doesn't have the ability to flip Tamio here anyway. Yeah, so we're okay, but let's get Meteor Sword. I'm going to bounce Tamio in their end step here. Oh, I should have done it now. Well, they didn't have. Okay. There we go. Put basic island into their yard. It doesn't matter since I don't have any what's it called? I am not a White Orchid Phantom gamer with this list, so okay, they're going for Uro. They've already used their land drop, so they don't have any lands in hand. Okay, I'm drawing a few more lands than I would like, but let's try going for Formal Wear on Thalia, and then we'll bounce the Uro. Okay, sure. This was really incidental. I'm not that worried about it. Except the force of vigor again. Yeah, unfortunately they can just flip their Tameo here, but let's just see if we can draw anything. Oh my god. Please, not like this. Is this a consign? Yeah, okay. So the hand is Uro, two unknowns. Now it is three unknowns. Okay. Skyclave, Recruiter, Swords is not. Yeah, I need to find an answer for this Tameo right now. And I guess that's how it goes sometimes. We still have one turn technically, but giving them nothing to deal with this turn is really bad. I just got way too flooded here. Um oh my god. Yeah. That's really frustrating. I just needed one more spell to cast that mattered, but I just drew nothing but lands. Wait, they didn't take up Tameo? They forgot to take up Tameo, so I have a shot here? They took Tameo down to pick up a Force of Will. Huh. I'm really confused now. Okay. Okay, so they put a Force in their hand, and they're casting a Yorion. Are they just like desperately trying to find lethal? Yeah, I mean, you can keep doing this, but I'm sorry. This game just isn't over, and there's no world where I would scoop here, so yeah. It is what it is. I really confused them, Dad. How's it going, Mangork? Rude Slave ran a full league before I finished that match. Yeah, that makes sense. Completely unsurprised. I will keep this. Pretty good looking hand. Basic islands, Tameo, sure. Oh, let's go ahead and do that. Cool. Another Lorien revealed deck, huh? Just getting another islands and passing. Okay. Um, I'm kind of smelling some stifles going on over there. So I think I'm just gonna play. So I see two ways. I could either play my wasteland so that I can just definitely cast my Thalia, or I play one of the fetch lands now with the plan to potentially overload stifles on their next turn. Um, I think I really want to get black mana into play, so I should play my Vista. If they happen to tap out, I will fetch basic swamping, cast Thalia right away. But I am guessing they will not do that. Brainstorm, okay. Sure. Actually, if I cast my Stoneforge here and they are casting a Thalia of their own, that would kind of expose me to getting Riddlered. Um, yeah, I think I wait. I think I wait. Okay. I can at least do this. That's fine by me. I really just don't think I'm gonna crack these fetches until I'm forced to. They are so strongly representing Stifle. I'm just gonna make them hold this mana up for the rest of their life. As good a situation I'm gonna get as any. Okay. Sure. That wasn't my expected outcome, but I'm not upset about it either. Is this a Riddler? It is. I was they're just gonna kill my Riddler with a consign here or something. Was it the stifle? Okay, sure. Ooh, okay. Um, hmm. It's a little annoying that they have the Mystic Sanctuary in their hands because it makes. If it wasn't for the Sanctuary, I would just take Flow State, cast the Sash into the days. Um, it's a little less enticing when they can just put the Flow State back on top of their deck with the Sanctuary, but maybe I am still just supposed to do that. I think I am still just supposed to do that. The land would be nice. Okay. Okay. So hand is island unknown. Yeah, okay. I did forget that my opponent would have to pick up an island to cast their days, which would meant that they were not going to be able to Mystic Sanctuary me here. Or on their previous turn. Did they draw a consign off the top again? Stifle, okay. I'm just gonna get, yeah, another planes here. Go Thalia Overlord. I will take Solitude, thank you. Not another one. Come on. I guess maybe this is just for the damage. This just could just be for the damage, but Okay, it is just for the damage. Hmm. I will take a Skyclave here. Yeah, I can't block with this, so I might as well attack with it. Probably going to go down to 3 here, and then hopefully Skyclave the Thalia, and then we'll see what happens from there. What did I think about here? So they're holding up a lot of mana, which could be a hard cast Force of Will. It maybe they're deciding between Force and a Consign here. That's a possibility. It's a stifle. Okay, that's 3 stifles. So I'm not going to attack now that I have 2 blockers. Um, we know that one of their cards is still the basic islands because they haven't put it into play after the second. Did they play the second days? Or was just one? Just the 1 days. They're holding it for a brainstorm, I assume. Yeah, they are no longer holding it for a brainstorm. Not what I was hoping for. But it's solitude fodder if I need it to be, so another land from them. Probably not what they are really looking for either. Okay. They picked up the Mystic Sanctuary, sure. I will take that block. I meant to play a land there. Whoops. Whoopsie. Honestly, I might recruit for another land here. Nah, I should pick up a Solitude. I did listen to a little bit of Angine de Poitrine. Um, the it was the first album. They have 2 albums, right? I feel like one of them, I was the first one I was unsure of, and I started listening to a little bit of the second one. Um, I listened to a little bit of the second one, and it was more my speed. I think that's about as far as I got. I only got, like, a couple songs into the second album. I took French in high school, what can I say? I also, like, unironically, like, I know that it's, like, a little weird, but I actually care a lot about, like, trying to pronounce things in the native language. Even if I fail, I would prefer to try than to just, really heavily anglicize it. And I know even some people who are, you know, not English speakers, non-native English speakers have mixed feelings on that, but his hand is a little bit slow, a little bit susceptible to stifle, but I'm gonna try it. Cool. Yeah, weird. I don't think weird was the wrong word. Uncommon. Um, I don't even necessarily want to call it divisive, but I do know that people have differing opinions on it. So, yeah, first album was a I'm not sure. The beginning of the second album I have enjoyed so far, but I'm only like a couple songs into it, and then I had a very hectic week and wasn't able to listen to any more of it. Yeah, it definitely it has an unrefined quality to it that means I think some people will love it and a lot of people won't. I love a lot of unrefined first albums from some of my favorite bands, but my first impressions from that one were were mid. I would love. I think I want a Stone Forge. Do I want a Stone Forge over Thalia? Yes, because I can just Stone Forge for a formal wear. I am going to proactively fetch. I'm just going to get a basic here. Rewarded for fetching a basic. Flow state does hit 2 cards. I'll keep that in mind when I get there. Nice, it resolves. Um, yeah, this feels like it's going to be a good formal wear moment. Um, I'm going to play the fetch. I am anticipating that my opponent might try to cast a Thalia here. If they do, I'll get to fetch another basic, and then I'll definitely be able to hard cast a Solitude next turn. If they don't, then whatever. Is this even worth solituding? It probably is, just because I have so much in my hand right now. Yeah. It's not like the Witch Enchanters are super valuable either as spells or as lands right now, so. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna just play this tapped, cast the vial, and then hold up formal wear. That all seems fine to me. I think if they're not doing anything, I'm also fine to not do anything. It's not like I have any appealing formal wear targets right now. Sure. So surveil from them? Yeah. They kept it on top. Okay. Another Wastelands. So Riddler. What the hell? Oh, Wrath of the Skies? Wrath for 5. That's what's happening here. Okay. I don't remember if I brought Wrath of the Skies in. Probably should have if I didn't. I'll waste a waste, sure. So why didn't I cast the formal wear there? I don't think I had a good reason not to cast the formal wear there. That was silly. Okay, it gets forced pitching a daze. Fine by me. I'm gonna hold this 5th land in my hand just to be safe. Caracas, you say? My opponent really has no interest in killing me, huh? Oh ho. Let's see. Does it resolve? It does. But does the trigger resolve? Um, I think I would rather hit their yard. I don't get many tokens, but I guess I've already used my formal wear, so I just have overlords left. Hmm. Hello, Riddler. I think I might have played this game too patiently. Yep, that's fine. How many forces have they cast? Just one? Hmm. Yep. It's turned out to be a pretty long league, gang. I think it's going to be consigned. Um, I'd rather get the Philly out of here. Yeah. Mm, there's no point in doing that. Maybe I could have blocked the insects. Sure. Another force. Yeah. I was almost certainly too patient this game. I don't think it's definitely not hopeless, but need to draw some good action over the next couple of turns. That's a good start. Um, keeping this on 3 for now because I've already used my Yorion and 2 other 5 drops. So, um, plus this instant speed Skyclave might be important. I'm gonna keep these back, and then I think I'm gonna plow the Riddler in their upkeep. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Um, in the interest of not dying, I'm going to go ahead and Violin Skyclave on the Thalia. They can just bounce it, but it means one turn without a Thalia attack. Or they stifle it. Okay, sure. Seems a bit much, but maybe they're just really trying to get this game over with like right now. I will block. You got it. Okay. I think it's I don't know. I haven't been paying a ton of attention because the idea of playing against the car seems totally miserable to me. I think it seems like a pretty good shot that it will, but it would be foolish of me to speak on it with any true certainty. I hope it is. I can definitely say that much for sure. Semi stifles, one, two stifles. Any consigns? Not a single consign. All right, they have drawn all of their wastelands. I still don't know why they haven't used any of them, but I'm not gonna be upset about that either. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, okay. I have not milled my second surveil land yet, so no, I really need action. Come on. Come on, deck. There we go. That's more like it. So I've used two forces. What is this? Just a swords. Yeah, sure. That's fine. What is the rest of their deck? Like, I've used three ponders, three brainstorms. Yeah, I don't know. We've only seen one Thalia from them. Like, okay. Do you have another consign? No. I am not drawing many recruiter of the guards tonight, and it is showing. Man, but I literally had an end of step stop. Okay, whatever. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, yeah. Is that the fourth stifle? No, it's the third stifle. Force of will on top. Okay. Sure. Oh, so many lands. I mean, this game went on for 21 turns, but also, why did I draw? Why didn't I draw my first recruiter on turn 20? Yeah, I mean, they've drawn their whole deck too. Like, it took them an actual eternity to find a single piece of action. Um, that's not what I literally. Okay, I'm confused. This is game two. I won game one. I thought I literally selected hard cast that like explicitly, but I guess I didn't. I'm not sure. It is apparently timeout evening, yeah. My opponents are not making it that difficult for me to time them out. I think I'm gonna bring in some Wrath of this guys over some Thalias. Yeah. My opponent has disconnected. I still have 2 matches after this. The things we do for love. I'll keep. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have kept this. Maybe I should not have kept this. This hand is definitely asking to get wastelanded, but we'll see. Oh, it's fine. It's completely fine. I'm gonna pretend it's a one later for a minute. No longer pretending it's a one-lander. Am I finally gonna get to, like, activate a vial? I haven't done that, like, all night. Containment Priest? Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't really care about that. Deal. I think I'm gonna try to trade this time. Emphasis on try. Nice. I mean, I guess that would have been better if I had done that. If I had drawn that before I threw 2 Thalias into plows, that would have been nice, but such is life. Hmm. Okay. Uh, I cannot vial in a Solitude to kill a Containment Priest regardless. Do I want to erode one now? Do I want to wait? Yeah, so I guess if I erode now, what I can do is maybe I should do it in their upkeep, but I can put Yorion into my hand next turn, pitch cast the Solitude on the second Containment Priest, and then vial in Yorion to blink the Solitude. But I can't do that if there's 2 Containment Priests in play. So okay. That said, I'm not going to do any of that right now, but it's an option available to me. If my opponent played like a second creature, I would probably do it. because they are not gonna deal 16 more damage to me in this amount of time unless they start putting more pressure into play, so deal. I guess I shouldn't have tapped my Crocus there. I don't know what I was thinking. I think we go for it now. Let's see if Solitude resolves. Did I stack this wrong? I did stack this wrong. I goofed. Okay, they had the stifle for it anyway, so but yeah, I should have this Crocus untapped. This was a big mistake because I should be able to bounce this Thalia before they exile my recruiter for free. Well, at least I'm drawing things to do anyway. And they are definitely timing out again. So okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back soon. What the hell is this? Get out of here. I'm back. Yuri's trying to hijack my PC. Yeah. Only the old heads will really get this, but this this Thalia deck is really starting to remind me of it's kind of like Jeskai Delver from like 2013. Just like I feel like this deck kind of runs into similar problems as that deck does, which is that like your threats cost so much mana for you to be putting them into a Daze deck at the same time. Like Daze and Stoneforge Mystic don't really mix. And I feel like you can kind of say the same thing about like Thalia, like Daze and Thalia plus Riddler, because that's a lot of mana you need to spend on getting a real threat into play. Yeah, this hand works. This hand's quite good. That would be very nice if that happened. Like, even if I lost, I'd get to go to bed. This is like we're getting close to the point where most of my streams have ended recently, and, we got 2 matches to go. Oh, you sweet summer child. Let's get that meteor sword. You got it. I can't even laugh. It's in my deck too. Yeah, we'll do this. If I hit a creature, I'm milling it. I guess I'm probably milling whatever I hit here. Whoa. I want Thalia of these. Okay. It's a lot of damage. Do I want the Thalia to get plowed or do I want the Stoneforge to get plowed? I guess it's the Thalia. Yeah. Because getting formal wear here is actually not that bad. uh, this is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know, honestly, if this is even what I should be doing, but it is too funny not to. My opponent's playing Maverick. I'm not that worried. Excuse me. It is this. Yeah, this is just for you, Eric. Happy birthday. Goodness. You got it. Boo. I dare you to attack with that Thalia. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm sorry. The Thalias will not be in play for much longer. I'm sorry, everybody. Please forgive me. They kissed before damage. So true. So true. Oh, look. I have to. I'm. Okay. Something about this really does not feel right. But I guess I hit Mother of Ruins with a meteor. Yeah. All right. Looks good to me. I might swap Thoughtseize out for something else, but I don't think it really matters all that much here. Meteor dang near killed her. Uh, sure. Uh-oh. Well, mom's untapping. You are very welcome for the chill stream. I hope you're all having a good time. I am only slightly losing it because my second and third matches went so long. What's this? Collector oof. I don't care about that, at least, so. Do I want to... I could Stoneforge for Meteor Sword now, force them to have the plow here. But I guess I probably want to get the plow out of their hand with something else. Like, I probably want to go for Thalia Overlord. Oh, whoops. Yeah, right. Aw. Aw, it's Hawaiian canopy. That's so cute. Of course. Of course. At least the Overlord can always just pick up the Thalia. Um, I will pick up the Thalia. Yeah, because Thalia is a way to get through the Mother of Runes. It forces a tap of it. It also makes sure that I can double spell next turn, which I think might be important. Not super worried about this Ramen Up Excavator at this point. It gives them something to do, but we're a bit away, I think, from them. Like, and never mind. I guess they are just gonna like spend mana cycling Horizon Canopy now. I assumed we were a few turns away from that because they had something better to do, but I guess not. So next turn, I am going to Stoneforge for Meteor Sword, hold up mana for Thalia, and then I should hopefully have at least two, maybe three ways to deal with the Mother of Runes. Uh, hmm. I kind of. I think I don't want this because I really just care about stuff on board. I would like kind of. I'd rather have a land than a Thoughtseize right now. Also, Wrath of this guy's would be a huge blowout. I have to keep that in mind too. There we go. Gonna Stoneforge now before I mill my Meteor Sword, is my last equipment. Oh yeah, it's Sash and Formal Wear, and then I milled one Formal Wear, and the others are just in my hands. Yeah, okay. I will take a Skyclave. Have I milled? I have not milled a single Wrath of the Skies. Um, I guess I could have picked up a Stone Forge and just cast it here. That was an option I should have thought about a little bit more, but it is what it is. They played that one from their hands. Sure. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. Hold up. I guess I will not be killing their collector if anytime soon. Okay, so I only clicked once, but sure. Okay, they're over it. I think at that point I just have to Skyclave the GTA because any attack they can just chump with the Collector Roof, and GTA just makes the game complicated. I can probably win through it, but why would I bother? All right, trophy match it is. Come on, Q. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. Find me an opponent stat. There we go. I will be mulliganing this one. I mean, I can try it. We'll go mono white mode. Basic Island, it gets triple wasteland, perfect. Just how we wrote it up. And immediately drawing a black card, naturally. I'm getting Thalia. No, just swords. Okay, that's fine. All right, give me a black source so that I can. Uh-oh. 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 I'm in danger. I am really in danger. Oh boy. Okay, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. We just have to trust. No way. No way. We are definitely safe from price of progress, that's for sure. You know? It's like one of the only cards I could cast. I don't want it, but I can cast it. Okay, that's a card to name with it. I will go ahead and name it. Works for me. All right, Tech, what do you got for me? Nice. You know what that is, chat? That's a white source. Oh, thank goodness. This is why we trust. Okay. Let's go to combat first. Just mill 4 lands I would love to draw. Nice. This can't be this easy, right? There's no way it could be this easy. It couldn't possibly be this easy. It couldn't possibly be this easy. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Let's cut these, I guess. Um, I'm not sure if they're the same Thalia deck as round 3. They probably are. I think the change from that is something like this, right? I think I might have not cut Sash versus the other build because I didn't confirm that, so we're fine. I was just kind of thinking out loud. I think the other build I had, um, I want to say that I had some Thalia, or what was it? Oh, I kept it. No, I kept in Sash because of flow state. I think um, is something that happened last time. This hand is perfectly fine, especially when I don't get turn 1 Tamiyoed. Hello? There we go. Okay, it is a stifle deck. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm surprised. Oh, I guess they didn't daze because no, I'm surprised they didn't ponder. They really wanted to get me with this stifle, I guess is the answer. Um, but I'm gonna take the Riddler now and just kind of ignore this stifle for a while, probably. It might be what the stifle might be what I take with this next Thoughtseize. We'll see. Just drew ponder and then pondered into another ponder. um, yeah, I guess I take the stifle. It's the only thing I care about like at all. And I only care about it because I like want my recruiter to resolve, really. Obviously, having mana around also nice, but the main reason is that the recruiter is the only thing I have going on right now. So I would like for that trigger to resolve. Okay, they did not shuffle off of that ponder. So presumably it was something they actually wanted. Just to make sure they didn't. I'm going to play the recruiter off of the scrub lane just to make sure that they didn't draw a stifle for my fetch again. All right, they have days here. This is just going to get dazed. That was silly of me. I forgot about the days. I should have just played a fetch and pass. I forgot about the days in their hand. Okay. Okay. I should have played the planes there. Because I'm gonna put Yorin in my hands to use my mana, but I want to keep the Caracas up, and I also would like to keep those fetches around for surveils later. So I should have played the basic planes instead of the fetch land. Wow, they are desperate. Whew. Great question. So we've seen Quantum Riddler and we've seen Tameo, and that's basically it. I assume that they are a Thalia deck, but they have not showed us a Thalia yet. So it was 2 brainstorms, 3 ponders used to get basically nothing. Waste for my Caracas, and they're about to play a legendary creature. It's my best guess. Yeah. That resolves. I'll keep it. Yeah, this happened in the one of the games against them before is just like they're so threat light that they can't actually kill you like at all. They're like so full of interaction that they have to spend half of the game just finding something to kill you with. All right, that's something to do. My hand's clunky, but I guess I maybe can cast the Witch Enchainer at this point. Boo. I mean, they're not doing anything either, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna actually have any targets for the Witch Enchainer, and I don't really need it as a land at this point either. So I might just play it as a 2/2. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it. Now we're cooking. I guess I'll attack first. I'm not even sure that I want to cast this because I feel like they have a Force of Will in their hands. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. There's like only so many cards they can have in their hand for them to be doing literally nothing, and one of them is have Force of Will. So they play Tameo, but they've also used they've used 6 of their 8 cantrips, which means that there's really no threat of it flipping out of nowhere. I think if they had that, they would have done it already. So I can should be able to safely just do this. Even if they have a brainstorm here, I can attack it with the Witch Enchanter. Stifle, sure. Get a stifle out of the hands. Is it the second stifle? The second stifle, yeah, because I thought seized. The first one was one that I thought seized. Hmm. Okay, I really don't want to be drawing more lands. But next turn, I get to Violin Overlord, so that I definitely get to get an Overlord in play. I don't have to worry about Force of Will. I should fetch these out before I can't anymore. Oh my god. No, I milled my Meteor Sword. Come on. Come on. That's no fun. I didn't expect pitch cast force. I thought they were going to hard cast it. I guess I could have formal weared it. Oh well. Yep. Yeah, so I should have a recruiter in play with this formal wear. Um, I don't know if I would have gotten anything that would have stopped this turn from happening how it is. I probably would have just gotten a solitude. Oh, they have no more lands to fetch. Oh, well, that was a nice draw. Okay. Bummer. I was wondering if that was going to come into play at some point. Um, how many days have they used? Just one. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Maybe I was supposed to solitude the Thalia instead of the Riddler. Sure. Not super concerned about that, I don't think. Um, this kind of sucks, unfortunately. But this is gonna die anyway, so I might as well hit them. Um, A lot of good draws, but I don't know. They've used 3 stifles. Hmm. Well, I have one more turn. The correct play here. I wouldn't bring. Do they not have a force of will in their yard? No, they don't. Oh, they just use the stifle right away. I don't think that's good at all. But it looks like it is gonna work out for them anyway, unfortunately. Yeah, bummer. Okay, game 3. Bring in Wrath of the Skies. Cut the rest of the Thalias, and we'll leave it at that. I would love a cookie, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll try this. I believe my opponent has taken the first mulligan of any of my opponents tonight. It feels like that must be wrong, but I don't think I've seen a single opponent not keep a 7. Um, I don't really want to deal with any of these. I'm gonna go for the I think I'm weakest to the Tameo, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Well, now they can play Tameo. I don't care at all, but such is life. Mm, nah, I should have played Plains here. Oh well. Works for me. Mm, yeah, I will take Stoneforge. Ooh, missing lane drops. That's good for me. Though I'm surprised they wouldn't be casting Riddler. Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. Still missing lanes. Which of these do I actually want? I think I want the. I'm gonna go for the formal wear. Cool. Rewarded for my decision not to get Meteor Sword. Though I am funnily close to casting it. Kind of smelling a Containment Priest over there, potentially. We'll see. This isn't the worst thing in the world if, yeah. Yep, okay. Cool. Um, yeah, well, let's play Vile. Sure. Honestly, this might be a spot to move my formal wear over to the recruiter, just so I can safely attack with both. Um, but for the meantime, I'm just gonna try to wisp my recruiter. Maybe it was supposed to do that last turn, but oh, I maybe was supposed to flute Containment Priest in response to that fetch. That fetch is definitely smelling a lot like a Containment Priest, and I should have fluted it. Yeah. Well, I will cast Wrath for X equals 2. Force pitching a Tamiya. So the last card in their hand is the Wrath of the Skies. Um, I'm just gonna wait to do it again next turn then. And I'll just chill. Now I don't think I'm gonna cast Wrath. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit. Cool. There we go. Well, one of the longest trophies of my life, but we did in fact get a trophy. No cars to be found. Not was right. We had a reanimator and then no other black mana. so, um, so yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that was reanimator, Yorion Beans, blue white, Maverick, blue white. I'll take it. Uh, the deafening silences were of no use, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Um, I guess that is like probably a point worth making is that like if this blue white deck is going to um be popular because of its good matchup against fantastic art decks, that matchup seems difficult to navigate, but very generally very good for us. That my opponents like of those 6 games, I felt like I was actually under any pressure in like 2 of them, and my losses were, I would say, mostly to some combination of like I don't remember if that was if one of those games was about flooding, or maybe that was the beans one. I don't remember for sure, but it was. I think in some of them, I was definitely just like getting. I was being too patient, and there were points where I could have like tried to turn the corner and probably would not have lost those games potentially. But those decks are just so threat light. It's and Thalia is one of their most important threats, and we have 4 Caracas, so and then the Tamiya is obviously too. So yeah, I guess that is a point worth making for anybody who's interested in playing D&D in this meta is that there's reasons to feel good even if the fantastic car matchups I am guessing are still not all that good. Um and I'm going to leave it at that because uh that went on for way too long and I need to get to bed. So we are going to go ahead and raid our good friend Harain for the first time in a very long time. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you next Thursday, and I hope you all have a good time until then.